Fast am I, good evening and welcome to the Manx Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world. Well, it's Burns Night on Thursday, the 25th of January, so let's start with a Scottish band. Well, a Scottish band with a Latin American twist, Salsa Celtica, playing a set of two Irish jigs, the Hag at the Churn and the Hag at the Spinning Wheel, and Kellock. Quite a way to start the show, isn't it? Let's have something more sedate now. This is Nick Hart and Tom Moore from their new album The Colour of Amber, Three Jolly Sneaksmen.
Three jolly sneaksmen, they all went out to rob and to plunder without any doubt. A coach and six come riding by. Stop, stop, coachman, they all do cry, singing whack for the day, a riddle all the day, whack for the fond old riddle all the day. Three jolly sneaksmen, they walk to the coach. Three pretty fair maids, there they do approach. Three fair maids cry, what shall we do? Give us all your money and we won't hurt you. Singing whack for the day, riddle all the day, whack for the fond old riddle all the day. 500 pounds they have taken in gold, 500 £100, such a sight to behold. A silver top cane and a gold lace cap, such a fine haul for the snakesman to snap. Singing whack for the day, a riddle all the day, whack for the fond old riddle all the day. Three jolly sneaksmen in Hyde Park Street, three blue-coated gentlemen they chanted for to meet. Tap 'em on the shoulder, 1, 2, 3. Three jolly sneaksmen come along a me, singing whack for the day, a riddle all the day, whack for the full dog, riddle all the day. Sizes and sessions they soon draw near. Three jolly sneaksmen at the bar appear. The judge casts round with a rolling eye. Three jolly sneaksmen bound for to die, singing whack for the day, a riddle all the day, whack for the full doll, riddle all the day. Three jolly sneaksmen mount the gallows tree. Jack Ketch he come along just as soon as they takes all their togs and their rhino too. Three jolly sneaksmen bid the world adieu, singing whack for the day, a riddle all the day, whack for the full doll, riddle all the day.
Well, those fine reels were Forget-Me-Not, Monica Brennan's reel, and Richard Dwyer's reel by Luke Gannon. He very kindly sent me his new CD, Sweet Renville by the Sea, and it features Luke himself on button accordion and Stephen Doherty on piano, guitar, bouzouki, percussion and flute. It's a very fine CD, and I'll play you another track from that later on in tonight's show. A CD that came out last year that I've not played you anything from is by Unthank Smith. That's the perhaps unlikely pairing of Rachel Unthank from the Unthanks, not surprisingly, along with Paul Smith, the festival crowd cajoling frontman of Newcastle indie rockers Maximo Park. But they make a great pairing, and from the album, Nowhere and Everywhere, this is their version of Lord Bateman.
Bateman was a noble lord of high degree. He put himself on board a ship, some foreign country he would go see. And he sailed east and he sailed west, till he came to proud Turkey, where he was taken and put in prison until his life it grew quite weary. And in their prisons they grew a tree. They grew it stout and they grew it strong, and he was chained up all by the middle until his life it was almost gone. Turkey had one only daughter, as fair a lady as you'd ever see. She shed a tear, she set her mind, she swore Lord Bateman she would go see.
Do you have land? Do you have living? Does Northumberland belong to thee? What would you give to a brave young lady if out of prison she set you free?
Oh, I have land, and I have living. Half Northumberland belongs to me, and I give it all to a brave young lady if out of prison she would set me. She stole the key from her father's pillow. She poured Lord Bateman her father's wine, and every health they drank together.
Oh, I wish Lord Bateman you were
him down to her father's heart. She found for him that ship of fame.
Farewell, farewell, Lord Bateman. I'm sure I'll never see your face again.
7 long years were gone and past. From her heart she'd not been free. She's packed up all of her gold and her clothing. She swore Lord Bateman she would go see. And when she came to London City, she cried Lord Bateman through the town. And every stranger that did pass by her did lead her on to Northumberland.
Oh, is this cold Lord Bateman's castle? Is his lordship here within?
Oh yes, cried the proud young porter. Pray tell what news I may give to him.
Go tell him, send me a cut of bread. Tell him, send me a cup of wine. And to remember the brave young lady who did release him when he was confined.
Way away, tore the proud young porter. Way away, away went he. And he cried, Lord Bateman, my lord and master, I'm sure Sophia has crossed the sea. She has got rings on every finger. Round her middle one she wears 3. She has more gold all about her person, fought by Northumberland from under thee. She tells you send her a cut of bread. She tells you send her a cup of wine. And to remember the brave young lady who did release you when you were confined. Lord Bateman then in silence fell. From his heart he'd not been free. I'll give you all of my father's stable if my Sophia has crossed the sea. Bateman then to his true love flew. From their hearts they'd not been free. He's kissed her hand, he's kissed her cheek, and neither man nor woman speak. And never was love so complete since brave Sophia's crossed the sea.
Well, that's a great version of Lord Bateman. I'll have to go back and listen to the rest of the album in more detail, I think. Now, the next track I should have played you back on December the 8th. Not that I had a show on December the 8th, but that was sadly the anniversary of John Lennon being assassinated. If there's one man who's got a song for every occasion, it's Loudon Wainwright III, not John.
The limousine was waiting outside the studio. In stepped poor John Lennon and his wife Yoko. Oh no, not John. On up 44th Street, left at 8th Avenue. up to the Dakota. A man waits there for you. Oh no. Yes, John. The man's name, it is Chapman. Come from Honolulu. He really loved your music, John. Got a Japanese wife too. Oh no. Poor Sean. Five bullets in your body, that's what the experts say. They say you signed an autograph for him on that very day. Oh no, not John. There was a vigil at the Roosevelt at the Dakota too. Silence in Central Park. They had a riot in Liverpool. Now Chapman's in the jailhouse. What's he doing there? He went and he shot John Lennon. All you heroes best beware. Oh no, not John. The limousine was waiting outside the studio. In stepped poor John Lennon and his wife Yoko. Oh, no, not John.
I still remember that vividly. I was in my first term at university, so it must have been 1980, and I was in bed, ill with student flu, very serious condition. And through the fog of that illness, I gradually took in the fact that John Lennon had been shot and spent the rest of the morning playing John Lennon albums rather than going to my lectures. Now on Friday the 23rd of February, Tim Eadie, one of the most fantastic guitarists and melodeon players you'll ever see, is playing at the Institute in Laxey. He's going to perform his one-man show, where he uses loop pedals to do all sorts of clever stuff and play several instruments at once. It really is a must for any music lover, whatever genre you're into. To give you an idea of what it's like, this is his version of Dueling Banjos, live from Spot Studios in Scotland. And just to reiterate, this is all Tim playing live. Well, that's quite something, isn't it? Piano as well thrown in there by Tim Eadie. And if you want tickets to see Tim on the 23rd of February, go to www.etickets.im/et. They're just £15. Now, an album I've had for years, in fact from when it first came out in 2006, is Comments of the Inner Chorus by the band Tunng. That's Tunng. It's a fascinating album with all sorts of samples and field recordings mixed in with the music. From that album, this track is called Woodcat. Well, when I was growing up in Gisborough in the northeast of England, my bedroom window faced north, and at night the sky was red from the factories at Teesside just a few miles away, ICI where my dad worked, and of course British Steel. An iconic band of the area were the Teesside Fettlers, and their classic song, The Ring of Iron, from 1970.
There's grime all on the ground, there's grime all on the ground, there's grime all on the ground, inside this ring of iron, and there's smoke up in the sky, I smoke up in the sky, there's smoke up in the sky, across this ring of iron. And it's all around the town, it's all around the town, it's all around the town, this hard ring of iron. Just bits of grasses grew, and trees there's but a few. There's smoke that's black from chimney stacks, aye, and water coolers too. And it's all around the town, it's all around the town, it's all around the town, this hard ring of iron. There's coal up to the north, and factories to the south, aye, factories, forges, rolling mills, right down to the river mouth. And it's all around the town, it's all around the town, it's all around the town, this hard ring of iron. But there's hills and pastures green, aye, hills and pastures green, there's hills and pastures green, outside this ring of iron. And it's all around the town, it's all around the town, it's all around the town, this hard ring of iron. So it's out of town I'm bound, aye, out of town I'm bound, it's out of town I'm bound, I'll break this ring of iron. And it's all around the town, it's all around the town, it's all around the town, this hard ring of iron, aye, it's all around the town, it's all around the town, it's all around the town, this hard ring of iron.
Next, let's have something from Nick Drake. I'm sure you know that Nick Drake didn't find a wide audience during his lifetime. He only released 3 albums, and throughout the time suffered from depression and mental health difficulties. He died at the age of just 26, according to the coroner. The cause of death was an overdose of antidepressants. The song I'm going to play is Pink Moon, the title track from his last album. Nick Drake was very friendly with John and Beverly Martin and spent a lot of time at their house in Hastings. And I'm going to follow Pink Moon with a song that many people don't realise is actually about Nick Drake, Solid Air by John Martin.
I saw it written and I saw it say, Pink Moon is on its way. None of you stand so tall. Pink Moon gonna get you all onto Pink Moon. There's a Pink Moon. Pink, 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 pink. Pink Moon. Zoe written and a Zoe say. The Bingo Moon is on its way. None of you stand so tall. The Bingo Moon gonna get you home. It's a Bingo Moon. Yeah, the Bingo Moon. You've been taking your time and you've been living on solid air. You've been walking the line and you've been living on solid air. Don't know what's going wrong inside, and I can tell you that it's hard to hide when you're living on solid air. You've been painting in blue and you've been looking through solid air. You've been seeing it through, but you've been looking through solid air. Don't know what's going wrong in your mind, and I can tell you that what you find when you're moving through solid air. Solid air. I know you, I love you, and I can be your friend, I can follow you. And even through solid air. You've been stoning and cold, you've been living on solid air. You've been finding and cold, you've been living on solid air. I don't know what's going on inside, I can tell you that it's hard to hide when you're living on solid air. Solid air. You've been getting too deep, you've been living on solid air. You've been missing your sleep and you've been moving through solid air. I don't know what's going on in your mind, but I know you don't like what you find when you're moving through solid air. Solid air. I know you, I love you, I'll be your friend, I can follow you. Even through solid walking your line, you've been walking on solid air. You've been taking your time, but you've been walking on solid air. Don't know what's going wrong inside, but I can tell you that it's hard to hide when you're living on solid air. Solid air. Painted in blue, you've been living on solid air. You've been seeing it through and you've been living on solid air. I don't know what's going on in your mind, but I can tell you don't like what you find when you're living on
Solidaire, John Martyn's song for Nick Drake. And in my opinion, Solidaire, the album, the greatest album ever made. Next, I'm going to play you another track from Luke Gannon's album, Sweet Renville by the Sea. This is a set of jigs, The Trip to the Cottage, Scatter the Mud, and Freya's Jig. Thanks again to Luke Gannon for sending me his CD. If you've got new music out there, just let me know. Send me a digital copy or an actual CD here at Manx Radio Towers in Douglas, Isle of Man. Music happening here on the Isle of Man this week? Well, I'm recording this show actually a week ahead because I'm going away for a few days, so I don't have any details other than the usual sessions, which would be O'Donnell's in Douglas on Wednesday night around about 8:30, 8:45, and the Mitre traditional session in Ramsey on Friday night, or again about 8:45 or so. There'll be the Folk Club in Ramsey at the Buffs Club on Thursday night, and I'm sure there's a Sunday session and other things happening, say at the Centenary Centre. Just look on social media to find out what's going on. Let's have some more accordion music. This is from an accordionist who's made the Isle of Man his home, Jamie Smith. This is the accordionist's Despair from Jamie Smith's Mabon and the album The Space Between from 2016. Well, that's just about all I've got time for tonight. Don't forget you can get in touch with me by emailing folkshow@manxradio.com. I haven't had many emails at all recently. In the words of Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel, why don't you write me?